Often in the real world, it's not the smart who get ahead, but the bold. I like this quote because it shows that even if you're smart and you have a lot of knowledge and experience, you're not gonna use it. People are not gonna notice if you don't stand up and show yourself out to the world. So yeah, be bold. Okay, Rich Dad Poor Dad, Chapter 5. But first, let's go through what financial IQ is made up of. Financial IQ is made up of knowledge from these four broad areas of expertise. So the first one is accounting. Accounting is the ability to read and understand financial statements, which allows you to identify the strengths and weaknesses of any business. So this is very important because you need to understand the numbers. You need to understand where the money goes once it comes in so that you can have better control of it. The second area is investing. Investing is the science of money making money. This involves using strategies and formulas which use the creative side of the brain. So, investing is basically your money making money for you, if you know what I mean. I've talked about this before. Money making money means that the money is generating by itself. Yeah. Money making money is you controlling money. And you don't need to be physically present for your money to make money. You can invest it in many different investments. Yeah, okay, next. Number three, understanding markets. Markets is the science of supply and demand. So when you're investing, you should understand what is that demand right now and what is that supply right now. What has a high demand and a high supply, or a low demand or low supply. You should be aware of whether the current market conditions allow your investment to grow, or will it make it uh, or will it make it riskier for your investment? So yeah, does it make sense? Should you really invest in this or not? That's basically understanding the market. Okay, so the fourth one is the law. A person who understands the tax advantages and protections of provided by a corporation can get rich so much faster than someone who's an employee or a small business sole proprietor. So I've talked about this before. It's expensive not to know the law because you need to know what you're playing with. You need to know so that you can have a better advantage in the game. Tax advantages. Yeah. Okay, enough of that now. Chapter 5. Back to the ball thing. It's not the smart who get ahead, but the ball. So, chapter 5 is talking about how we all have tremendous potential and we all are blessed with gifts. Yet, the one thing that holds us all back is some degree of self-doubt. It's not so much that the lack of technical information that holds us back, but more the lack of self-confidence. Some are more affected than others. As I said, you need to be confident so that you can show yourself to the world. The world can value you for who you are. Because even if you're a top level engineer at a firm, if you don't stand up and show your value, then the one who's below you might get promoted because they're expressing how valuable they are, even though you're better than them. This also applies to communication. You need to be bold and communicate your value. You also need to develop your financial intelligence because luck is created just as money is. And if you want to be luckier and create money instead of working hard, then your financial intelligence is important. If you're the kind of person who's waiting for the right time, the right thing to happen, you might wait for a long time. It's like waiting for all the traffic lights to be green for 5 miles before you start your trip. The more real you think money is, the harder you'll work for it. If you grasp the idea that money is not real, you'll grow richer and faster. The single most powerful asset we all have is our mind. If it is trained well, it can create enormous wealth, seemingly instantaneously. An untrained mind can also create extreme poverty that can crush a family for generations. This is also the reason why some rich families, once the parents or the guardians die or the parents die, when the children are left to take over the wealth, it just goes away because they were not trained to take care of that wealth. Everyone needs to be trained to to have a good financial intelligence so they can handle money because money is everywhere. You need money to survive. But money is not something that's real. Like the dollar itself is just paper. It doesn't cost that much, but the value that people perceive it to be is high. So you need to understand that money is not really real and that you can get money easily. It's not that money is very scarce. You can get it, you just need to develop yourself first. And most people have this idea that money is hard to get. Oh, money is so difficult to find these days. But it's them who's the problem because they're not really um, taking time to develop their financial intelligence so that they can get more money. They just do whatever and think that money is hard, but it's not. There is so many of people, especially on the internet, who are getting rich, but they don't really care because they just want to do their own thing and they're ignorant. So yeah, invest in your financial intelligence and yourself. You want to be with the people moving boldly to the future. You do not want to be the ones who are left behind. And this future that's coming, big changes are going to happen with the internet, social media marketing, e-commerce, all that. Big changes are going to happen. You're going to see a rise of millionaires, but on the other side, you'll see people losing their jobs. So yeah, which side do you want to be on? The more you learn, the more there is to learn. I've also noticed this. The more I learn, the more there is to learn. Everyone has noticed this. So why don't you learn more so that you can be better than everyone else? Simple. And if you have the knowledge and the experience, then an investment that's risky to others might not be risky to you because you know that it's going to work since you already have the knowledge, the intelligence to support it. What I mean by this is that it's not gambling if you know what you're doing. It's gambling if you're just throwing money into a deal and praying and hoping that to give you good returns. The idea in anything is to use your technical knowledge, wisdom, and love of the game to cut the odds down, especially when investing, so that you can lower the risk. Of course, there's always going to be risk. It is financial intelligence that improves the odds. Thus, what's risky for one person is less risky to someone else. That's the primary reason that Robert Kiyosaki encourages people to invest more in their financial education than in stocks, real estate, or other markets. Because the smarter you are, the better chance you have at beating the odds. Great opportunities are not seen with your eyes, they are seen with your mind. Most people never get wealthy simply because they are not trained financially to recognize opportunities right in front of their eyes. And failure is part of the process of success. People who avoid failure also avoid success. Intelligent people are those who work with or hire a person who is more intelligent than they are. When you need advice, make sure you choose your advisor wisely. And The people around you have the greatest impact on you because they can change your beliefs easily because they're living with you, especially your family members or your friends. So be careful when you're hanging out with them so that you can choose the beliefs they put upon you and be careful that they don't put the wrong beliefs upon you. So, ah, yeah, choose your advisor wisely. It is what you know that's your greatest wealth, and it is what you don't know that's your greatest risk. There's always risk, so learn to manage risk instead of avoiding it. Thank you. This is it for chapter 5. See you next time.